Hello everyone and welcome back to Sorcery. I hope you're enjoying this little series and we're gonna continue where we left off, which will be investigating the beehive. The beehive hangs like a ripe fruit from the very highest branch. A huge number of bees dance in and out in a swarm. This sounds sort of dangerous, to be honest. You get your balance enough to free your hands for a spell. Does? Oh! Cast slowness. That sounds like it might hurt. You cast the spell over the bees, slowing their buzzing wings. The effect is unexpected. The bees begin to fall out of the sky. It seems without buzzing at high speed they cannot stay afloat. The spell has also affected the old man. He begins to snore right where he is. With the swarm cleared, you are able to climb the tree and open the hive, removing a succulent honeycomb and a nice ball of beeswax. You stash your finds in your pack. The light is fading. It's time to move on. Oh! The man cries, suddenly waking up once more. Do you want to hear my riddle? I heard it from Elvins. I guess, can I get out from the tree? Make it quick. See him through his seas, you not. A stinging bees in a box, not left. To guard the key, it is his lot. To gull a witch of luck bereft. It is nonsense. Clearly, you nod once. Then turn your attention to the path ahead. Let's go through the low path. You head into a valley. It seems the safest road. Scheduled without providing any opportunity for ambush, and no matter how quickly darkness falls, the river bank will guide you away. The man calls something after you about Elvins, but you ignore it. The path winds alongside the bubbling stream. You follow it, keeping to the west bank. The valley itself becomes narrower on either hand after an hour's walk. You begin to feel a little hungry once more, but you might be wise to save your provisions. I think I can allow myself to eat and regain stamina. Taking a seat on a grassy bank above the water, you eat the sugar honeycomb. You rest for half an hour or so and then continue your journey. The valley continues, and you walk forward for many hours, until the sun begins to set behind the bank and the air grows cool. Now would be the time to find and pitch camp if you intend to sleep, before darkness descends completely, but the moon will rise soon enough and you could walk on through the night somewhere beyond this valley. There are villages with real beds. Rations just give me 1 stamina. This is not too good. I think I can allow myself to keep walking. Your progress so far has been slow. You have barely scratched the edge of Kakbat. You keep walking, you will be weaker for it tomorrow, of course. Still, you make good progress and cover considerable ground. As you walk, you think of the crown. It calls you onwards already. Even though you have never seen it, it is as if it knows your name and is waiting for you, deep in the forest of Mapang. But does it summon you to rescue it and restore the balance of power of the Famprey Alliance, or does it summon you to your death and destruction, to place a seal on the power of the Archmage? The morning air is cool but reeks of smoke and ash. You feel the presence of your spirit, the hyena, close nearby. Its form has changed since you left Analand, just as you have changed, but it is still running beside you. In the temple they taught you that a prayer to your spirit could heal diseases, lift curses, even save you from certain death. A prayer now would perhaps be wise, but the spirits are not generous and decline to help often. The morning brings you enough vigor, and you stride forward. After a few hours you come across a rope bridge, strung preciously between two builders and spanning the river. A path leads away from its other side and runs over a small hill. Let's go this way, because why not? You continue along the riverside path for several more hours until you reach a wide bend. In its elbow is a cluster of huts made of thatched branches and twigs. It is clearly not unoccupied, as smoke rises from a fire set in a space between the dwellings. But there is not a sound to be heard. The atmosphere after a lonely morning by the stream is quite ominous. Should we go around? Or should we see what is in the village? You approach cautiously, creeping between the outlying huts, peering through cracks in their walls. But the place does appear truly deserted. Some great horrors has occurred here, perhaps. You make your way more broadly now, to the center of the village, where a fire burns. There is a stack of logs nearby. You call out nervously, "Hello? Is there anybody here?" Nothing stirs. The fire crackles and leaks at its logs, emitting plenty of smoke. But smoke means the logs are still wet, even. Try a hut. All the huts have brightly colored drapes hanging in their doorways. Edges a different color, and they flicker and move tantalizingly in the breeze. Wait, what would I want to cast spell for now? It's not like anything happens here. But which hut will you visit first? Let's check the green doorway. You try the hut with the green drape. Call inside. You call inside, but there is no reply. Drawing back the drape, you entered the hut. Cushions ring the room, and as you step inside, a strange music playing on on invisible pipes seems to fill it. The tune is pleasant and relaxing. This place seems one of safety and comfort. You take a seat on one of the cushions. The music sways around you, and you wonder whether spending just a little while longer here will not distort your strength. The only risk would be after your long and difficult night that you might fall asleep. You find yourself humming to the tune, tapping your feet to its ascending rhythms. The music continues, and you find yourself resting, relaxing, and then you are asleep. Captured. You are tied up on the floor of a hut, and you are not alone. Nearby you hear the scuffle of many feet. You flip open your eyes, taking care to lie still. You see your belongings lying a short distance away in the dirt. Around you patter tiny feet, and few more feet hover a few inches in the air above the ground. You sit up, trying to rub your head, but of course you can't. Your hands are tightly bound. Seeing you stir, a creature by the door jumps onto its feet, then jumps above its feet, and hovers in the air watching you. The guard, noticing you are awake, leans out of the doorway and calls sharply. Soon a small crowd of gathered around you. You notice several of the creatures have burns on their arms, legs, and faces. Oh. One, some kind of a leader, floats over to you. His feet are wrapped in the thick bandages, and his hair is blackened. "We have been watching you," he chitters, "since we saw you trying to destroy us with your fire." Oh, is this the fire from the second episode? "I did not try to destroy you." "Ha!" the leader replies, and the other assembled creatures take up the laughter. "I tell you, we have been watching you. Not content with burning down our friends, our fields. You came this way, no doubt, to run us all through." "I mean you no harm." "You do us harm regardless," the creature replies. "But we are not cruel. We will take the price we are owed, and that price is not your life." The Elvin rot through things with brutal efficiency, taking what they fancy and tossing the rest back at you. Then they pick you up and carry you out of the village, leaving you in the pile on the side of the path, like a sack of waste. You try to stand, but your legs are still tied. You top to your knees, the Elvin tuning at the sound laugh loudly, almost as afterthought. One return with a barred knife for a moment that holds it near your throat, then slices the bones around your arms, and then he turns and runs off into the trees. You stand slowly, but battered and bruised. You rub the blood back into your wrists. Then finally you look through your pack. You have lost your ball of beeswax. No! And the spellbook page given to you by the old man has vanished. Ah, shit. Still, there are small mercies. You still have your neck. Shouldering your pack, you start to walk once more. Well, I guess at least they didn't took my gold. You hurry away from the scene of your humiliation and reach the river once more, but now the path goes across it. Beyond you can see a long white track, with trees lining the left-hand edge and a wide field of long grass on the right. In the far distance, a curl of smoke indicates a village. The evening is beginning to drop in. It would be good to reach the town before the light is gone. Yeah, let's test. Before you crossing, you make sure to test the guy ropes of the bridge to ensure it's sound. But it seems safe enough. Satisfied, you make your way across the boards. In the middle of the bridge, a man stops you. "Halt!" he declares. "This is my bridge, and to cross it you must pay the toll." "For what?" You look over the edge at guy ropes. The varped boards. "What is there to pay for?" "Do you think this bridge builds themselves? Do you think it's easy living out here, an outcast from Kratsistanti, trying to feed my children? When barely anyone takes the path anyway, the man is nothing better than a beggar. The toll is just gone. The toll is just gold piece," he says. "It's very reasonable." Reasonable. "Yeah, I guess I can give you 1 gold piece. I can be the good guy. I did enough damage already." "Daylight robbery, you may remark, but put 1 gold piece into his hand." Nonetheless, the man touches his forehead with the coin in thanks. And with that he strides away, whistling. You head off down to the bridge and back into the path. None the wiser, you have a long way still to travel today. The path continues along the side of a line of trees. Suddenly, an acorn lands on your head and you hear a tittering from overhead. The fox grants you strength. More Elvin in the trees, howling acorns. Well, damn them. Should we cast a spell of threaten them? Huh. Yeah, I could create a shield. Just 1 stamina and 1 gold piece. I feel quite rich, actually. You place a gold piece on your wrist and cast the spell. An invisible shield forms around it. Large enough for you to cover your head, you are able to pass safely through the hail of acorns. Soon, you are out of reach of the annoying creatures. Yeah, that was wise. The sun is now just passing the zenith, and everywhere a dusty head rises from the baked earth. You begin to think about where you will stay for the night. Another night of walking will leave you exhausted, but then you see a small village set into the hill. Smoke rises from the stacks. The houses are well set, with stone at their bases and thatched roofs of grasses and fig leaves. There's unusually more than just the one street running through the center of the town, but it is thought this place, once rich, has had its head scooped away. Litter surroundings the buildings, and the edge of the village are rows and rows of empty abandoned houses. You continue your slow trudge along the path. Okay, I think that might be enough from this episode. We'll see what await us in the Christianity in the next. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see you in the next episode. See ya.